Two-part analysis questions can be more verbal-based. Rather than forcing you to set up equations, you may have to use some logical reasoning, making assumptions or inferences, which should be very familiar to you from the critical reasoning questions on the verbal section of the GMAT. You're given two lists of 4 book titles each. The 5th in each list is missing. The question asks you to find a book that would work on either list, and to find a book that would work for neither list, given the publisher's selection criteria for printed books and ebooks. In other words, the question wants one answer that could be true for either list, and one that must be false for both lists. You don't need to set up an equation to solve this problem, but you do need to pay attention to the right detail as you consider the rules governing each set of books. Start by thinking about how to complete the list of printed books, which has only a single rule. There must be at least 4 Victorian titles. The list of printed books currently has only 3 Victorian titles, so you need a 4th. On test day, you'd write, printed need Victorian on your scratch work. The list of ebooks is governed by 2 rules. There must be at least 3 works of detective fiction and at least 4 books by British authors. The list already includes 2 detective titles and 3 titles by British authors. It follows that you need a work of detective fiction by a British author to complete the list of ebooks. Your scratch work might read, ebooks need British detective fiction. A book permissible for either list must have all the qualities that the rules for both lists require. The title that could be true for either list, therefore, must be a work of British Victorian detective fiction. There are 2 such books available among the answer choices, those by Doyle and Collins. However, you know that another rule from the question states that no author may be included more than twice on both lists combined. Doyle shows up on both lists already, so it follows that the Collins book, The Moonstone, is the only one that would satisfy the requirements of either list. And in fact, you've also figured out the other part of this question. Since Doyle has already appeared twice, he can't appear again. So among the answer choices, the Doyle book is the must-be false answer, the one that may not appear on either list. Pay close attention to the column headings when filling in the answer choices. The correct answer for the first column, either print or ebook, is The Moonstone by Collins. And the correct answer for the second column, neither print nor ebook, is Doyle's A Study in Scarlet. For 2-part analysis questions, get the gist of the information. And don't rush off to set up equations, but try to simplify all of the heavy text so that you can understand what the task is. And 2, don't fall for the typical way a test taker can get this wrong. Pay careful attention to what each column represents, and if possible, simplify or reword the columns. The payoff for your attention to the right detail is a better integrated reasoning score.